5 guys from Leicester.
How are you feeling? Brilliant.
5 girls from Leeds.
Can we do it? Yeah.
They all have tactics.
He's got good reaction time.
He's got good balance.
They all want to win.
Should be a problem.
They all share the fear they might not.
The pressure is on from the start.
Take sides for Friends Like These, Saturday at 6:30 on BBC One.
Living with a superhero, a complete guide to relationships between humans and Ultrons.
The path to domestic bliss is sticky.
It's 100% impervious to fire, flood, toxic waste and nuclear attack. But not Marmite, apparently.
And George is getting himself in a mess.
Remind me to tell you about different sorts of kissing.
Saving the world's the easy part.
Tyler, do you know how to work washing machines?
No.
Ardlo Hanlon. My Hero. Friday at 8:30 on BBC One.
A late-night treat in a few moments on BBC One. Colin Firth and Annette Bening star in a lush historical drama, Valmont. First on BBC One, the midweek weather from Philip Avery.
Hello once again. There have been contrasting fortunes across the British Isles on the weather front. So too down in Australasia on the other side of the world. Pretty wet up in Queensland over the past couple of days or so, well in excess of the seasonal average. And you can see the reason for it. These heavy and thundery showers really not moving very far at all over the past few hours. Further south, though, faring slightly better, and that's likely to be the way over the next few days as well, with high pressure never very far away from New South Wales, or indeed down towards Tasmania too. And it looks as though we're going to see a fair amount of heat shoveled away from the heart of Australia down towards the coastal fringes. You'll see the intensification of the colours there as we move on through the next few days. And just to get some idea of how hot that's going to become, well, temperatures well up into the mid-30s around about Melbourne and Adelaide. Something slightly cooler, though, over towards Sydney. Cooler again down towards the South Island of New Zealand. So we drift a little bit further north, plenty of showers showing up through the islands of Indonesia, coming up towards the Philippines too, although you'll notice perhaps Luzon standing out quite nicely there. So in between the showers, I think we'll find 1 or 2 prolonged sunny spells as well. Temperatures again around about 30 to 32. Just a wee bit further north, quite a swirl of cloud indicating it's the presence here of a low pressure and the attendant fronts across much of Japan at the moment. If we take a look at the pressure charts, you'll see there's going to be quite a change in the setup over the next few days as that low pressure begins to sweep away. You notice the wind's turning into the north, dragging in some very cold air indeed from away over the northeastern corner of China through Korea and down across the islands of Japan. And you can see the changing of the colours, perhaps an intensification of the blues, just giving that sense of something slightly colder working its way down behind those fronts, dragged down by those cold northerly breezes. If we come back to this country, well, it's going to be a matter of snow and ice for many parts of the British Isles within the next 24 hours. Some significant snowfall across the high ground in both Western Scotland, Northern Ireland, and as the day progresses, I think we'll find that snow creeping its way down the western side of the country. It all comes courtesy of this area of low pressure in the fronts gradually sweeping their way just that little bit further towards the south and west. Here, the last signs of the rain that affected so many through Tuesday, gradually clearing away from the east coast, and then the skies clearing, and that's going to lead to a problem with the temperatures overnight, getting down to sub-zero levels in many parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales and the north of England, and that will lead to some slippery surfaces, along with some snow showers too for the western side of Scotland. Watch out if you're on the move. As we start the day, well, bright conditions certainly for the eastern side of Scotland, down through the eastern side of England too. But as soon as we start moving back towards the west, well, showers, wintry ones too, right from the word go. And as I was saying, some slippery surfaces around where the roads have not been treated overnight. Quite windy too, you'll notice, across many of these western areas. Those ice bars really tightening up across Northern Ireland, Wales, and down into the West Country as we move on through the day. So as that front moves in from the north and west, I think you'll find that those showers will merge to give prolonged spells of snow, getting up to 10 centimetres across the high ground, and right across the country, it will feel very cold. Good night.
For millions of years, species after species faced extinction in the race to develop, to adapt, to evolve into what would ultimately become the most remarkable being on Earth. You. Capturing the beauty and brutality of life, a groundbreaking new series unearths the greatest story of all, how we came to be. Ape Man. Starts next Tuesday at 9 o'clock on BBC Two.
And the key stages of man's development are identified in the new issue of Radio Times, which also contains complete listings for all major television channels.
I'm Laird of Glenbogle.
From City Slicker.
Your father.
Nasty accident, dear. You have to go.
To Monarch of the Glen.
This is him, isn't it?
It wasn't until the wild woman of the woods started rearranging my arms and legs.
Life's never going to be the same again for Archie MacDonald.
I do not want to be a lad.
What gives you the right to expect everything to be the way you want it?
New drama starring Richard Briers.
You must be Hector MacDonald. Sir, do you?
And Susan Hampshire.
Must you be so rude?
Bad behaviour is one of the few privileges of old age.
Blood relations, but worlds apart.
You'll be staying with I take it.
No! Monarch of the Glen, coming in February to BBC One.
Passion and intrigue now on BBC One with an alternative version to the story of Dangerous Liaisons. Colin Firth and Annette Bening reap the perils of seduction in Valmont.